This is a continuation of the interview with Dr. Briggs.
Yes,
Now
said
you
old
were,
mouse not
you
in it,
haven't
and
talked
he
about your
over
family.
Jefferson,
Why don't you
Louis Grinnis.
tell us a little about, I know that, tell us a little about your family, your first family. Yeah, I'm talking about, you have, how many children do you have?
We had three. We lost one at 18 months old. The flu epidemic back there.
You were first married when?
14.
1914. What was your wife's name?
Mary Gentry.
Mary Gentry. And you had, who were your three children?
Stephen Gentry, William B., and Eleanor Sue.
And which one died, you say?
Stephen.
He died in 1914 during the...
No, he died in 17 during the...
Now, your wife, your wife died in
67.
Now, you were married, was it last year or year before?
Well, Finn, I've been married twice since then.
You've been married twice?
I got married the next year then to Ida Helen Briggs, the widow of my first cousin, who was associated with me for 22 years at Phillips University. He was the field man. And Ida Helen and Mary and Charlie and I were very close friends. She lost Charlie about 3 months before I lost Mary. And so we decided to get married, but I lost her then in 72.
And your present wife was formerly... Your present wife was formerly...
Maud Butts.
Maud Butts, I believe we did an interview with... I don't believe it was her husband, but her brother-in-law. We did an interview with a Mr. Butts.
Archie.
I'm trying to remember.
The banker?
The bank.
That's right.
The one in the bank.
That's right.
Was he her brother-in-law?
Brother-in-law.
That's right.
Well, they were, both the boys were bankers.
Yes.
Her husband was.
Now, are either of those brothers... You were inducted in the Oklahoma Hall of Fame what year? Oh, well, we won't think the years. It was the same year Bill Murray was, isn't that right?
That's right.
How did y'all get along on the stage?
Well, sir, you want another funny story on Bill? The night we were inducted in the Hall of Fame, the women told me that they understood that the governor was going to make a speech, and they didn't have a chance for a speech that night. The thing was too close, nipped. And what could I do?
Who was governor then?
Bill Murray.
He was governor when he was inducted?
No, I'm wrong. No, he was that was after he was governor. Well, Murray was going to make the speech. So I went to Luther Harrison, who was the MC. And I said, Mr. Harrison, the girls got some trouble out here. He said, what is it? I said, they're afraid that Murray's going to make a speech tonight, and they don't have a place on the program for it. Just a response to say, I thank you, I appreciate it, or something is all we said, you know. And so he said, let me handle it. So they sat side by side at the meal, and they had been friends for all these years. So during the conversation, Mr. Harrison said, well, Bill, do you have a speech handy? He said, I think the women are depending on you to make a speech tonight. The governor said, "No, I'm not making any speech tonight. I sure am not going to make a speech tonight." That is all they said. And so when the time came, the governor got up and said, "I appreciate this a lot. Sit down." And that was it.
You think you might have made a speech if they hadn't pulled that?
I wouldn't be surprised.
What are some of the other highlights in your life that we may have missed?
Well, I was quite happy to be first vice president of the International Association of Christian Churches. Served 2 years in that. I was a long-time member of the North Central Association, and for 2 years I was on the executive committee of the Committee on Higher Education, which at that time was only about 3 or 4 years old. We had a long, hard struggle to get pulled loose, and the higher education interests are not the same as the general education, especially secondary, which is probably, or was at least at that time, emphasized more than any other part of it. So I took it quite an honor to be one of 3 men out of that whole group. And then I was on the accrediting committee of North Central, which is quite a responsibility and an honor too. That's in education and church. Of course, I served on the commission, our church commission, on the ministry when it was just being organized, and was on that commission 10 years until we got the code. Ministers had never had a code, and they counted me as an important member because I was a layman, and I knew what a preacher ought to say, quotation marks. So, and then the Boy Scout councils, I always worked on the Boy Scouts. I believe in them intensely. Just get more boys in that, we'd have less violence in the world.
I mentioned you were part Cherokee. How much Cherokee you married?
1/16.
1/16. Where does your Cherokee line come?
My grandfather's grandmother. Or Muskogee. Yeah, our group owned, our family owned all the east half of Muskogee. The name was Pyle, P-Y-L-E. And before the judge, it came the final decision on whether, I've forgotten the initial now, one instrument was made and signed by him, his initials. The other instrument, that 2 of them seemed to be related some way, was signed by his first name, and the judge threw it out. It's been the same name. We don't well, maybe it's a good thing. Good Lord knew what he's doing, I reckon.
You think of anything else that we ought to put on his face? I saw your son, your grandson, you inducted your grandson into the Lions Club the day that I spoke down there.
Oh, I don't know. Much, but whether it's worth recording or not, I don't so.
Well, this has been an interview with Dr. Eugene S. Briggs. It's made in the office of the Oklahoma Living Legends at Oklahoma Christian College in September 1974. Following is an interview with Mr. Luther Wagner, W-A-G-N-E-R, from Watonga, Oklahoma.
This is Frank Menedy, Hitchcock, Oklahoma. This is May the 31st, 1974. I am recording for Living Legends. This is Mr. Wagner. Let's see, what is your first name? Luther Wagner of Watonga. And whereabouts were you born at?
Illinois.
Illinois. And was your father born in Illinois?
Yes, sir.
He was born in Illinois. And whereabouts in Illinois? Probably the central part of Illinois?
Yeah, central part of Illinois.
Uh-huh. And where was your granddad born?
He was born in Carolina.
North Carolina or South Carolina?
That I don't know. My grandmother was born in one Carolina and my grandfather in the other. So they were both Carolina.
Mm-hmm. And he settled in Illinois then?
Yeah, they was a colony of they was two wagons. My grandfather and my grandmother, they rode the horses from Carolina. They all come together. And, there was two families of whites already in this car. There were two families with the name of Willis. And there were two families of colored people by the name of Brody.
Was what?
By the name of Brody.
Now what's that? Free runaways?
Yeah, they was runaways. They got away from slavery.
And you say they call them what?
Brody.
B-R-O-D? You know how they spell that?
Why, I guess. Brody's all I ever heard.
Oh, was that their name?
That was their name.
That was their name?
Yeah, that's what they go by. That probably wasn't their really name. They was living there with the Indians when these Wagners moved in there. They settled there with them. I know they settled on a pretty good sized creek. The Indians were pretty thick in there. All kinds of wild game, turkey, deer. My uncle, one of my Uncle Gilbert, he said he went out behind his old log barn one day and it was on a field slope. And he said he counted 99 deer laying in the front of on the hillside. And that's about all they had to eat was game and fish. The trading point was Chicago and St. Louis, Illinois. They were just about the same distance to either one. And they built a wagon go once a year. And they traded their furs, their stuff, and about all my father said they bought was
They bought ammunition, powder, and lead. They made their own bullets. They bought their own rifles. They made their own pellets to shoot their rifles. Soldiers and stuff like that. And that's about all they buy. They grow their own corn stuff like that for bread. They use a wooden maul to maul that up, or beat it up with in a hollow log trough. They make, to maul it up. My grandfather, his clothes was buckskin. No buttons on. They had laces. They laced them. They make their own laces out of buckskin, raw, They make their own laces. I know my father said he was small, but he could remember him going out hunting. And it'd be damp or misty or something. And his clothes would draw up, get wet and draw up on it. And he said his pants legs would be way up almost to his knees.
Now, can you think of any other stories your dad told you about your granddad?
Well, no, not in particular. Only in the old, when we had that old Civil War, and I happened to think about that town where he was, where my father was really raised, Mattoon, Illinois. I've been thinking some about it. He was living out there in the country until that happened. And when he got into that war, and he was a man that liked to argue. He did have a good many enemies. And he was a Republican, and there was a lot of Democrats living around there. And they threatened their lives, and he moved to Mattoon and went into business. And they had just come out with that new Springfield rifle. And the Army got to use them after they come out with that new Springfield rifle. I believe it was a 7-shot. Yes, I believe it's what it was, a 7-shot. Them Democrats, they put up a camp pretty close by too. They was practicing out there drilling. They coming in there and take Mattoon. The government furnished the people there in Mattoon them Springfield rifles. My daddy, and he wasn't only about 10 years old. He said they told him what day they coming in and taking it. And he said they didn't know they had them Springfield rifles. And they all knew. And he said he could well remember what went on, because he said when the time they was supposed to march through the town and take it, he said they was men in Mattoon had them Springfield rifles. He said they got up on Essex House. Now, I don't know what an Essex House is, but he said an Essex House. Right on top of it. He said he got up there with him when he died. And he said when they come marching through, they didn't want everything. You had them old mother-loading shotguns and old mother-loading rifles. They seen it. He said them there new rifle barrels were glittering. They didn't want nothing. And they marched on through. He said then He said when they marched through, he said they got out, dug a ditch across the street before they got back through. Make them go around. But he said if they'd been one shot fired, they'd had a regular war right there back too. I know on my mother's side, my grandfather on my mother's side, he was practically in the same shape, but I don't know too much about that. And I won't.
Now, Mr. Wagner, when did your folks come to Oklahoma?
Well, let's see.
Did your dad make the run into old Oklahoma?
No, he didn't. He come directly out right after he made the run of the Cherokee Strip.
Yeah. But you say you come to old Oklahoma from
Old Oklahoma. But you see, where we live, we was saying 2 miles and a half of the Cherokee Strip, old Oklahoma line.
the east side of the line or the
We was on the south side of the line.
south side of the line?
Of the Cherokee Strip, yeah.
Hmm. And what did the country look like in those days?
Well, I don't know. I'd hate to see it ever look that way again. I'm going to tell you, it was little log houses dug out. That little old log houses made out of them blackjack logs. They had dirt floors. They had dirt roofs, red dirt roofs, where they're down in the one that lived in down where it's sandy. They go out in a strip or somewhere and get this red dirt and make the roof out of red dirt. They take them blackjack logs and they split them. They lay the split side down and the round side up. And they'd be about a foot and a half of red dirt on the top of that. They'd have a log down through the middle, a pretty good size to hold it up. Go up through their little log houses. And then another log between hitting the wall on each side. And of course, there's all homemade doors. There were things like that. Those people didn't have no money them days. That's the way people had to live them days. And out on the Cherokee Strip, they made a good many sod houses. They'd go out and get that sod and cut it up in blocks and make sod houses. And after several years afterwards, I see the big one. I went to Colorado in a wagon. 50-some years ago. 60. I went to Colorado in a wagon, covered wagon, and I see the big sod house. I hadn't seen one for years. It was still standing. And it was a good sized house. And they had a big window there, and I could see from the road, I could see flowers in the window, you know. But them in the Cherokee Strip, most of them was just small, one room. Just one room. I had an aunt that lived out there, and her mother had to go away and work. She had a big old Newfoundland dog. He weighed about 110 pounds. She'd keep him in daytime chained up at the door. And then at night she'd bring him inside. And she had a revolver, and she lay on a chair for a mat. She'd stay out there while he'd go away and work. People who wasn't no work in Oklahoma, that is, hired him. They would work all right, and a lot of them, but no hire. People didn't have money to hire nobody. Or they'd have to go to Kansas or somewhere to work. He stayed out there day in and day out. Night after night. For himself. Right out on that old wild Cherokee strip. Them days, it was pretty rugged because there was so much going on. It was dangerous to have any money or anything. That people know it because you just have to get it took away from them. And I have known them covered until your place at night. If you had a fat hog and even kill a hog. And the next morning you get up, you would have a hide and the hog would be gone. They done cattle the same way down in old Oklahoma before the Cherokee trip over. What they had was all cattle cutters. And them cattle would trip and get away from them, maybe a little bunch, 3 or 4, maybe half a dozen, and they drift off down there in old Oklahoma. So them fellas, a bunch of them would get together and they go out and butcher them. I know my daddy was a minister, and he wouldn't do nothing like that, and the fact of it, he didn't have to. Because he was about the only one in our neighborhood that had any money. Because he sold his farm back in Illinois when we come to Oklahoma. And left the money in a bank there, so his brother could send it to him whatever he wanted. And we fared pretty good, as far as that's concerned. But he still was close on his money. Maybe we get up more. We had a big blackjack tree out in the yard, just a little way. Maybe a quarter of beef for hanging in that tree. It was dangerous, and there was a lot of robbing going on them days. I'll tell you, even old Oklahoma. You see, when these ranchers had to go out, they had most of these cowboys, they wasn't several old cowboys, but the most of them were just young boys. And they was working for $12 or $14 a month, herding cattle. Well, they was out of a job, and they didn't know anything else to do. And a lot of them or even made bad bets. Of course, that's they did. They was worse. If there's any old United States marshal living today, he'd tell you that they was worse than the regular old men bandits was. Because for many of them, they had to shoot them to even protect them. And I do know this, that at one time, Oklahoma had 1,000 United States Marshals here in Oklahoma. And a man over here at Guthrie, it was just a little old place, a store. They run a store. He come in there from Kentucky. He was a young fella. And he put in a store. And he had the first class front was in a building in Oklahoma. And right north of Guthrie, north of the Seminole River, about 2 miles, there was a ranch set in up towards Mulhall, Oklahoma, a big ranch. And them cowboys would come down there and break each glass front out. And they'd shoot the place out. There's a little old post office and a saloon at that store. And the man that run the post office, he wrote to the government and told them there had to be something done about it. And just in a few days, they put this Hicks that run the store. They put him in, United States Marshal. And then they put him in, and he was over. All that whole sound of him. And I know he run a piece several years ago. He run Daily Day in the Daily Oklahoma. A piece about all that. He said that he couldn't begin today all his marshals done it, but he did give the name of about 5 of them of the best, and he said he would. He'd give that. And he'd tell about what all they had to go through. This Dalton bunch, all of these over here, had their hideout, a little old town, you know, on the other side of Guthrie. And I guess that old place is still there. I turned around it here several years ago. I didn't know it was hit right at the time. I got off the road off that 33 highway, and I come to it. My daddy-in-law was with me. It wasn't a light in that little old place. They had a well right out in the middle of the street. Now, I know I turned around that well. I seen I got off the road. And, I turned around, it was pretty dark. I turned around that old well and drove on back. And later I found out that was the second Dalton bunch is hideout. And they had a hotel, and they had a store, livery barn, a blacksmith shop.
Now, whereabouts did you live in old Oklahoma?
Kingfisher County.
And
West of Henderson.
about how many miles would that be?
Well, I've lived 10 miles, I've lived 14 miles northwest.
Now, when did you start the school?
Well,
Did you start the school in old Oklahoma?
No, I really
Turn
didn't.
out here.
My
That'll
dad
be-
went back to Illinois, and he stayed about a year, not quite a year.
Hey.
You see, my mother,
I had a lot of luck now, yeah.
when we come to Oklahoma, that's what brought my dad west.
I'm nervous. You
Mother,
got a
she
mind
got
for you long.
40,
Somewhere to go, somewhere.
that slave was rather, you know. Oh, when he come to Oklahoma and stayed here in Oklahoma a few years, after he come here, she just got better and she just went to place it up and got big. She was heavy. She weighed a little better than 200 pounds. Well, I don't know, he liked Illinois, these folks was all back there, you know, about it. And he did like Illinois. He went back and she began to get back again. And I know he sold out everything he had. He just sold it out, oh, but he was white. The boy, we had him back. Oklahoma.
In the team and wagon. With the team and wagon.
Yeah. I made that trip 3 times. Covered wagon. I remember a lot of it on. It is tough. I rode many miles.
Now, when your dad come back to Oklahoma, did he had the Cherokee Strip opened yet?
When he come back?
Yeah.
Well, he had it open before he went back.
Oh, he had made the...
Yeah.
Your dad made the run in the Cherokee Strip?
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That was later on. He went back to Illinois.
Well, let's see. Now, you were in the run, you told me, right?
That's right.
Okay.
I was in the run.
Now, would you tell us from about the 2 or 3 days, where were you a couple days before the strip opened?
Well, at home, we lived, my daddy lived at about 2 miles and a half from Cherokee Strip line. Yeah. Because he had rode out there, and he knew where he was going to. He rode out there 3 or 4 times looking over before the race ever took place.
Now, why don't you tell us about a day before the run started? Now, did you get ready, get the wagon ready and the horses ready?
That's right. He had to put the old jack on his wagon, the sheet on. He had a bed up there. 3 boys slept underneath of it. We got to go back underneath of it before. The butter him slept up on the overjack. See, it went out over the wagon about this far, you know.
About a foot and a half on each side. Now you got all ready to go the day before, did you, or a couple days before?
No, about a day before, because it wasn't too much of a job. He had that overjack, you see.
He
Illinois. Still
Now, the morning of the run, what did you do?
Well, yes, I can remember.
What about the night before the run?
Well, got ready as stuff to eat was stuff there. Water. We had to have water. Took that all with it. We couldn't take a rock because we know there's going to be a rain. You couldn't take a rock, you know. But I was glad I could just fight and rain. How I was shaking around and going across that prairie.
Well, let's see. Now, you got ready about the day before.
Yeah.
And what did you do that night? Did you go to the line that night?
No.
You didn't.
Next morning, over that 2 hour drive.
And you started this race then about...
I think it was 10 o'clock here. Years I can remember. 10 o'clock.
You from Hennessy.
No.
Well, yeah, but I mean from Hennessy. About where did you start this run?
Well, we was around 14 miles. Well, I tell you where we was at. We was straight south of Drummond. To the line of old Oklahoma, where Drummond is now.
About how far?
Well, it'd be about, let's see. About 8 miles.
About 8 miles south of Drummond.
Yeah.
And you were facing toward the west. You was facing north?
We run north, kind of a little northwest. The plane he wanted was a little northwest, or we started. And we did go a little northwest.
Now, were there soldiers lined up along the line to keep you back, or?
The soldiers were there. They were there when we got there. See, that time was set. And as near as I remember, it was right on 10 o'clock. And when they lined them, you couldn't get over the line. They kept them back. And they kept them all in line.
These soldiers on horses?
Yeah, they was horseback. And they was soldiers even riding the Cherokee Strip. They was riding down in that Cherokee Strip looking for squatters. They could go out there, you know, ahead. When the time comes, they had to watch. When the time comes, they could take their wagon. They did round up a good many of them, but I think a lot of them, they never did round up. That's what they did. And I've been told, which I don't know whether that be true or not, but I've been told that if you slip a $10 or $20 bill, they go on leave. Now, whether that's so, I don't know.
Now, what happened when the gun, they shot the gun to signal?
Whenever they fired them guns, they held them up like that. I remember. They held them up like that. Boy, when they pulled them triggers on them, they was off and gone.
Now, what did it look like when that gun went?
Well, I tell you what. It looked terrible to you now because they were actually foot. They was actually guys in cars, they were in buggies, they did wagons and so on. Just
what was the weather like that day?
Oh, we had a nice day.
Now, how far did you run in the wagon
Well,
And all your kids were in this wagon?
well, it was, they was 4 of us kids. My mom. They, my 2 oldest brothers and sisters. Well, I'm telling you like how we went across the country. Oh, yeah, you like
Did any wagons turn over or anything?
Not in there. No, not in there. I never heard of anybody ever turned it over. But they wasn't horses. Wasn't fur, so fur. They really smelled that on them. Yes, sir. And there was a lot of thoroughbred horses in that, race horses. Oh, they come from Iowa for that stuff.
If you was making that run today, what would you use? Would you use a saddle horse or would you take a wagon?
No, I'd take a saddle horse. But here's what's right. You see, I think maybe I believe that was the last, that was the only race I know of ever being run. Well, of course, we had land that wasn't even taken in old Oklahoma here, you know. And somewhere, I just don't know exactly, I don't know where that line is, but I know about where it is.